Hello, Virgo. This is your reading for 19. Always save the best for last, but this is for Virgo. New energies, hopefully positive energies from 19 full Celtic cross. Sun, Moon, and Rising, Virgo. Who is born on the zodiac sign of Virgo? Let's see what we got here. You know it will not resonate with all Virgos, and I always hope for that positive reading. If we don't get one, we work through it, as always. Let's see what the beginning energy is for Virgo. Seven of Swords. You feeling like someone did wrong to you? Or did some of you had done wrong to somebody? Could go either or. The Seven of Swords in the upright is like someone trying to fly under the radar about something. Wasn't expecting that. Desires and lust. Getting what you're wanting in life. It doesn't have to be about intimacy. It could be about other things too, of what you're wanting in life. What's crossing this is the Prince of Swords. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or sharp words, or someone with an energy that's feeling very cross with you. Or maybe it could be the other way around. They're just, trying to do something to where you're not liking it or you don't understand it. What crowns you is the Four of Cups. You reject an offer. Someone offer you something and you're like, I don't know if I want that. Maybe it has to do with that Seven of Swords energy. Maybe you don't trust someone. Maybe you don't trust the Princess of Swords. It could be male or female. Remember, we're reading for the public here, a general read. Foundation, you got the Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands could be passionate messages. It also could be an actual Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Someone young at heart, and someone who has a lot of energy, passionate energy, In the past, you avoided a tower situation. Maybe you avoided that Seven of Swords. Maybe you realized someone was, not being up and up with you. And I'm going to clarify these cards. When I clarify, it does change the story often. So stick with me. In the very near future, you're going to be dealing with the Knight of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. They are in the upright. And all I know is this energy is there. Someone who is very, to me, honest when they're in the upright. But they're also straight to the point, and they have a lot of energy, and they come in pretty quickly. Possible future outcome and advice from the universe is to keep to yourself. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Or really think about what's going on with the Hermit. What's coming towards you? Oh, I had that. I just had that for Leo. What's coming towards you is the Ten of Swords in reverse. Someone's come out of a betrayal type situation. They want to come out of ruin. And they very well do this. It's an outside environment beyond your control, And I will clarify. Your hopes and fears, you're fearing about resurrecting a situation which you believed had ended with the Death card in reverse. In the end, you are dealing with the Prince of Swords. Again, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. It also could be, like I said, someone who's straight to the point. Very, very intelligent. Also young in heart. It also could be messages like this. So, let's go back to the beginning. With the clarifying cards, second question cards, I call it. So, the lust in the upright, what's crossing it is the Princess of Swords. You got two princes here, a princess and a prince. So the energy is pretty strong and pretty important. So the lust card, the lust card in the upright, Princess of Swords crossing it. Why are you there? For Virgo, what's going on? Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Queen of Wands in reverse. Hell have no fury like the Queen of Wands in reverse. This person could be short-tempered. In a flash, short-tempered, very quickly. And they come out of it really quickly. They don't like to be messed with. They don't like to be crossed. So, you be dealing with this type of person, or you yourself could take on this energy that you do not like to be crossed. Remember, somebody did something, because we had that Seven of Swords energy coming in. So, let me find out. So, the Lust card in the upright, Princess of Swords crossing it, Queen of Wands in reverse clarifying why you there for Virgo. You are dealing with more than one person here or one situation or messages going back and forth like crazy. The Princess of Cups can be emotional messages that you don't like to hear. people are sending you these messages. Some of you will be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Remember, I'm dealing with a lot of Virgos here. We're probably dealing with all the signs. Someone's dated somebody or had somebody in their life or worked with somebody with one of these signs, you know. So what's going on is someone is feeling deceptive. Someone's desiring somebody, and messages and of the emotional nature and short-temperedness is at hand. Okay? Now, was crowning you your goal, you're going to reject something. Maybe because of all the, it sounds like a bunch of noise, you know, that's going on around you with people all over the place. And you're like, I don't know if I want this. So the Four of Cups in reverse, rejecting someone's cup, you know. Why are you there? For Virgo, or what crowns them? So you're dealing with a couple situations. Yeah, you're just wanting gain in your life and independence with the Nine of Pentacles. And you're going for that. And it's what crowns you. You're independent, Virgo. So the Four of Cups in reverse, gain in the upright. That's the Nine of Pentacles. Why are you there? For Virgo. Ace of Cups. You're not going to accept anything from anybody that you do not like. You know, that's of the emotional nature. That is not what you're expecting, what you want, what you desire. You're wanting gain and independence. You're wanting independence from this situation anyway. Foundation, you got the Prince of Wands in the upright. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe you got this person in your life. You do have someone that's short temper, but as a foundation, this person is just young at heart and very, very, their personality is very contagious. You enjoy being around them in some way, you know, with the foundation. But like I said, it could be passionate messages with a lover situation. Okay. And that could be more than one person sometimes. And I do feel like some of you be dealing with just more than one person, but you're like, I do not know if I want this. Even though it's very much there, if you do want it, you can accept it. Looks like you're going to accept something. But you got the Prince of Wands in the upright, the Lovers in the upright for Virgo as a foundation. Why are you there? What is going on? Yeah, you're going to drop your swords, or they want to drop their swords around you. They want to let something in now. Before they were putting up boundaries, or you were. Now someone's putting down their swords. It has to do with a lover situation. And in the past, you avoided a tower. I can see that. You know, you're turning stuff away that doesn't suit you. You're just not going to take anything into your life. It looks like you're wanting something else, something more stable. So in the past, you got the Tower in reverse. The Tower in reverse in the past. Why are you there? For Virgo, what's going on? Love. You avoided a tower in a love situation. The Tower in reverse, love in reverse in the past for Virgo. Why are you there? What is going on? With the Prince of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone short-tempered here, there, everywhere, but not where you want them to be. So maybe you just didn't want this from them because you thought they were maybe, you know, like I said, hot-headed, you know, or, you know, it's like they're not very, how can I say it? They're not willing to make a commitment in some way. Like you just don't trust it. So you avoided a tower with them. You didn't want it. You probably turned it away if they offered you something. Or maybe it doesn't matter what it is. You turned it away because you didn't want your life crumbling down. In the very near future, you're going to be dealing with the Knight of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. You may actually be desiring this person, but you still have maybe some leftover situations going on with a possible fire sign or someone young at heart, like I said, passionate. You're going to be also dealing with a Knight of Swords, like I said, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. They are in the upright. They're in the very near future, Virgo. So Knight of Swords in the future, why are you there? In the near future for Virgo, why are you there? Got to state it what it is. You may be walking away. I don't think you're walking away from the Knight of, you may be walking away from this Knight of Swords. It'd be different for everybody, but I see you walking away possibly with this Knight of Swords because there's a lover situation going on. There's a couple of people here. What do you want me to say, you know? So, Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups. I need another card for sure. Why are you there? For Virgo. You may be walking away from it altogether, too. Well, you're coming out of the woodwork with the Four of Swords in reverse. You're not taking a break, but just like you're walking away from something at the same time. I'm thinking you're going towards somebody else. I'll be honest with you. You're walking away from a situation and going towards something else. You're no longer taking a break altogether. I know it sounds confusing, but that's the way I see it. For some of you, you'll just be wanting to walk away all the situation, but I don't think so for a lot of you, because you got the Prince of Swords at the end here. You do kind of at one time did take a break, because I see someone putting their swords down where before there was boundaries put up, but you're like, I do not like what's being offered, and you're thinking about walking away, and I think it's from this fire type energy, and you be walking towards the Knight of Swords, but we got to see. It'll be different for everybody. Let me see what the universe has to say, and we'll get to the end. But we got the Hermit there. Universe is advice from them or possible future outcome. But I think it's advice from the universe. It's saying, think about things before you react. It seems to be the key card this month to me with a lot of the signs. The Hermit in the upright. Think about situations before you react. Really consider everything that's going on. So the Hermit in the upright while you're there. Oops, wants to pop out. I'm going to let it. Yeah, it's saying because you're in a chain situation, you're attached to something that's hard to get away from. And it says think twice of your final decision. It doesn't say you should go either way, it's saying just make sure you know what you're wanting, So the Hermit in the upright, the Devil in the upright, why are you there for Virgo? This as the advice from the universe, because I think that's what that is. Yeah, because things come out later with the moon that you were unaware of. But with that Seven of Swords energy coming in, something's going on that comes out. So the universe is saying, stop and take a break in a way, even though I don't think you're going to. The universe is telling you think about things before you totally react. What is coming towards you is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is in reverse. Someone wants to come out of betrayal with you. Maybe they want to, whether you did it or they did, it doesn't matter. They just want to come out of that ruin type situation with the Ten of Swords in reverse. So Ten of Swords in reverse as the outside environment beyond Virgo's control while you're there. Prince of Swords wants to come out of this with you. Man, you're dealing with a couple of people. A lot of you are. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. They want to come back. So I'm seeing you're dealing with, oh wow, what an amazing read. Someone is coming back. I'm trying to see this near future. I'm going back to this. So maybe someone did walk away from a situation, but they're back. They're back. Someone's coming back. And if you don't want this, don't answer the door. Don't answer the phone call. That's the way I see it. You don't have to accept this. But the Ten of Swords in reverse, Prince of Swords in the upright, while you're there for Virgo. What's going on? This person wants to come out of an oppressive situation. They're under a burden. That has something to do with you, and they want to come out of this burden. So they may not contact you. I think they will, because they're in the end. They're there in the end. Now, your hopes and fears is someone wants to come back out of a resurrected situation, something that ended. They want to resurrect the situation again, is what I'm trying to say. So the Death card in reverse for Virgo, and the hopes and fears, why are you there? Why are you there? You don't know if you want to talk to this. You don't know if you want to go with this situation with the Eight of Wands in reverse. You very well block it or consider blocking this. You're not sure whether you want to reunite with this person, reconcile and whatever. You're not sure of it. You very well not answer the phone at first or the messages. So the Death in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse for Virgo. Why are you there? Yeah, it's like you're thinking about, I don't know if I want to answer this call, because you did avoid a pet tower situation, possibly with them or with a fire sign in the past. Some of you really are having two people in your life, or two people want to be in your life. So the Death card in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, and the hopes and fears, why are you there for Virgo? Yeah, because you didn't have success with this person before, or you don't think it's going to be successful with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you're really having doubts, Virgo. Whatever's being offered to you, I need to move this over. I keep on thinking I got enough room. Whatever's being offered to you, you don't know if you like it. You know, you don't know if it's worth your while. Now, in the end, you will be dealing with this Prince of Swords. You know, towards the middle of, or maybe a little bit after. Prince of Swords in the upright, why you there for Virgo, in the very end, what's going on? Oh, Seven of Swords. Oh, man. Okay, Virgo, there's a reason why you're not trusting the situation. You're thinking they're doing something underhanded, or they have done something underhanded with a Seven of Swords, or they feel this way about you. It doesn't matter, you got that twice. The Seven of Swords is about someone flying under the radar, someone being sneaky or trying to get by with something. Whether you're doing it or they're doing it, it doesn't matter. That's there twice. It is definitely a major power play here. So the Prince of Swords, the Seven of Swords, both in the upright. Why you there? For Virgo in the very end, why you there? Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Oh, well, it's a fortunate situation. Whatever you discovered, it's going in your favor. This whole situation is going in your favor. Maybe you're calling somebody out. I don't know. It'll be different for everybody. If you know what it is, leave it in the comments, because I'm dealing with a lot of Virgos here. And the situation is very fortunate you find out something. And it could be that someone tells you about something they've done, or a betrayal situation. Because remember, they're on the outside here trying to come towards you. You know, someone messing you over. And they want to come towards you and say something. And you got other people that are there. And you're trying to avoid a tower. You're like, I just want what I want in life with the gain and independence. I don't want to know if I want to take any of this. I just throw it under the rug. But, the universe is telling you to think about things before you accept it. Because it could put you in an oppressive situation when you find something out with the moon in reverse. In the end, you got the Six of Swords out. The Six of Swords, this is like someone trying to move on from troubled waters. This is someone who is still considering whether to move away from this situation or to stay with it. You're having trouble deciding in some way. But I do think you will decide about the situation. Listen to what the universe says. Just think about what's going on before you react, before you accept anything from anybody. I feel that these people will still be around even at past if you want to make a decision then. Because right now you are not feeling the love or the trust from anyone in this situation. Like I said, this could be vice versa. Someone else that you were dealing with and went through this, and they're saying this to you, or they're feeling this to you. But that's for very few. Sometimes this does get flipped, these energies. But this is definitely Virgo thinking about their options, or where they want to go next, who they want to be with, for sure. And I think you're going to get a possible air sign or someone with that mentality or energy that's going to say something to you. Because they got a burden that has something to do that was flying under the radar. And it's fortunate that they tell you. It is. It's going to be a fortunate situation. It's going to go in your favor in some way. So Virgo, you got the options here. Are you going to go with this person, or are you going to walk away from this person? Because I do see the Eight of Cups. I do see more than one person here. It's just this is for Virgos that got more than one person in their life, and that they got to make decisions, and it looks like they don't want to accept anything, or they're afraid to in some way. This is your reading. I'm going to let it go, and I will upload it and give you another reading soon, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.